Yo, 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 all my YouTube friends and family. Pardon my attire, but it's about 11:30 at night. And normally I don't do a lot of videos about food and cooking and things of that nature. I actually like to watch those videos, uh, as opposed to be part of them. But we're watching a movie in here, just getting ready to go to bed, but wanted to do a little quick video. Nothing major, but we put a roast in the Instapot, and I kind of wanted to do a little video on that. If you so, we've got the roast here at 350 degrees, and what we're doing here is we're just kind of browning this here real quick. But I'm going to use some extra virgin olive oil because that's what we always cook with EVO. But I'm going to do some things here that I normally do. Doesn't matter if it's deer or venison roast or beef or whatever. Always put a little bit of this in here, and it'll kind of simmer up on you a little bit. But it seems to, yeah, that's about right. It's shy to cut. It seems to always, as you guys can tell, seems to always do a real good job at helping that roast get a lot more tender, if that makes sense. I know some of you guys are going to make fun of me for doing this. Cinnamon. Cinnamon, cinnamon, cinnamon. I know some of the recipes, and I don't do a lot of recipe stuff. Again, I don't do a lot of cooking shows or anything, but cinnamon. We are going to put some cinnamon on this. Now, trust me, folks, I know that you folks are going to go like, what, cinnamon? A roast? Oh my goodness gracious, yes. Cinnamon on a roast. Just a little bit. Okay, good, good. Yes, and you don't need a whole lot. You don't need a whole lot of cinnamon there. So what we're going to do is we're browning one side here, if you will, and of course that would be what we'll call the fat side, if you will. But it's browning it. Now that looks a little bit burnt, but it's not, folks. It's not. Trust me, this is going to come out much like my other venison roast that was falling apart, when you touch it. So we're going to put a little more olive oil on this side of it, just so everybody knows. There we go, just enough to kind of get in there with it. One other thing I am going to do, of course, we'll turn the temp down now, put it on warm. But one other thing we're going to grab here real quick, and this, folks, to our roast, whether it's venison or whatever, is maple syrup. Yes, I said that right. Maple syrup. That maple syrup, actually, what it does is it doesn't caramelize per se because it's real maple syrup, but it doesn't caramelize. It really gets down into the meat itself. That's really what we want. And I know some of this may sound, you guys are going like, what? What is he talking about? What is he doing? Trust me, guys. Yeah. Now this thing, by tomorrow morning roughly, this thing should be just almost falling apart. Now it's shut off, and that's what I wanted. So we're going to move our stuff here. And again, guys, remember, I don't do a lot of food, a lot of cooking. But what we're going to do is, the only reason we're doing this is because I actually wanted to kind of show a little bit, if you got venison or whatever the case is, good hunk of roast. Some of the things that we do, you guys may not do. And it's good to have, And again, like I said, guys, I don't normally do cooking videos. I just don't do it. But if you're a meat eater, you know, and you like roast, you like venison, yummy, 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 yummy. The stuff that I've just told you about is some of my secret recipes. And by secret, I mean I have done, there we go, I have done this many years, cook my venison many, 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 many years. And so, you know, you come up with secret recipes and things that are awesome. Now you can tell, just real quick, so the olive oil and actually the maple syrup here is really where this thing was kind of hard at. See how soft it is now, guys? I'm gonna go ahead and touch it. See the juice? Yeah. Ouch, hot too. Brings it right out of there. And so it'll keep the juices, just kind of soak them in, if that makes sense. So, okay guys, so the last thing that we're going to do is water. I know it may sound a little bit kind of weird to actually put water, especially with the olive oil and stuff, because, you know, as we all know, oil is certainly heavier than water. But we want that at the bottom, and I'll tell you why. Let me flip the camera. And guys, so here's our roast. And normally I don't give this trick away per se, but again, I don't do a lot of cooking videos, just because I just don't. I'd rather watch, you know, somebody like Papa Texas or somebody like that. But the weight of the roast is, some people are wondering, you know, what the heck, why water? And well, the weight of the roast actually will, because oil, again, oil being heavier than water, the weight of the roast pushing down will actually kind of keep that that oil pushed up. If you guys can see that right there, that's what that is. That's that olive oil, and that's going to soak it up like a sponge. And of course, the syrup that we put in it and so forth, some of the ingredients, that just soaks in as well. So you get a really, really tender, juicy, tasty roast off this thing. Okay guys, so now that we're basically done, we just let it set. You know, we just let it set for the next, I don't know, 10 hours, you know. If we don't get into it before then, I'll check on it at about when I wake up in the morning, about 6 o'clock, and we'll go from there. And maybe I'll try to shoot some video of it then as well, or at least dinner. But I know I don't do a lot of these type of videos because I'm not much of a cooking video type of a guy. You know, this channel's weather and anything weather, outdoor related. So for those who hunt, who are hunters, you know, most particularly deer hunting, if you're not getting some roast or steaks off of that deer, let's say you take it to a processor, or maybe you even do it yourself. If you're not getting steaks or whatever roast off that deer, I think you're probably wasting some much needed, you know, meat that you could have that's just wonderful, wonderful meat. You're just not getting it. A lot of people just get ground up stuff and things like that. You know, we get steak and burger and whatever, roast and whatever, and this is certainly one of those cases. So, with that said, we'll let it set and go from there. So, all right, guys, I'm going to leave the cooking channels and cooking videos to those who really know how to cook and do some amazing jobs cooking wise, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, we appreciate it. Again, thank you for tuning in. You guys are awesome, and I'm so grateful to all our subscribers. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. And I thank you guys. If you haven't liked me on Facebook, guys, I'm on Facebook. I'm all over Facebook. Sometimes you may not like what you read. I'm a little more loose on Facebook, if you will. But I'm on Facebook, or on Twitter, or even on Instagram. And so feel free to look me up. Those links are in there underneath, you know, on the side there. And then, of course, I think about me, and of course the website, extremechasetours.com, and then our scientific side, what we're doing, pacrotex.org, is in there as well. So feel free to visit those sites and blah, blah, blah. All right, guys, Thanks again. I mean that.